Well, will the partial government shutdown end soon? And is there a winner politically? We put those questions to our face-off panel. Here's Chuck Muth of Citizen Outreach from the right and Battleborn Progress Executive Director Annette Magnus from the left.
As we are sitting here today, we are still in the shutdown mode here for the federal government. Annette, let's just kind of start with the simple question. How long do you think this will last? What's going to take to end it?
I don't know how long it's going to last. You know, with Congress changing this week and the make of Congress changing this week, I think you're going to have a stalemate. I don't see Nancy Pelosi giving in over the wall. I don't see Donald Trump giving in over the wall. And I think, you know, there's not going to be a lot of progress for a while. And the people who really pay the price are the federal workers who are doing the work and really, you know, working for free at this point. And so I think, you know, it's a really tough situation, and it's an unfortunate situation because we shouldn't be paying for a wall, and I'm glad that they're not giving in to this. But at the same time, we have a leader who is acting like a child and won't give a little to get a little either. So I don't know.
Chuck, what do you think? How long is it going to last? What's going to end it?
I don't know why you say we don't need a wall, because Senator Schumer has said that we need a wall. I mean, he's on record. They got him on video. You know, they've funded the wall before. They voted to fund the wall. So I think that, you know, I do agree with you. I mean, Trump can't give in on the wall and Pelosi can't give in on the wall because they dug their feet in, but somebody's going to have to give in on the wall one way or the other. And the thing with Washington, D.C. is until you reach a critical mass, when there is a real solid deadline of some sort, usually artificially inspired, a deal will be worked out which will satisfy absolutely no one, and then we'll go back to normal. And it's going to happen eventually. It's just who knows when at this point. Usually you would find a Republican who's willing to give in a lot quicker than I think Donald Trump is willing to give in. And it's difficult for him because this was his #1 campaign issue. It's really his only unfulfilled promise that he did during the campaign. He's got to come away with something. The Democrats are going to have to allow him to get something, or he's not going to give in.
Does it come down to then, when this ends, it's either Donald Trump is the winner or congressional Democrats are the winner?
I don't think there are winners in a shutdown, actually. I don't think there's a winner. I think what Chuck said is right. Nobody comes out a winner in this, and it's because nobody's going to be happy with the end result. And we should have never gotten to this point to begin with. I think it's irresponsible that we've allowed our government to be shut down. And again, the workers and our national parks and all of these other services that we rely on to keep us safe, those are the things that are being hurt right now. And so for me, I don't think there are winners in a shutdown. I do think we have champions in Washington, D.C., like Dina Titus and others who are back there fighting for Nevadans and are lifting our voices up. But at the end of the day, I don't know that we have winners and losers when it comes down to a shutdown.
I think it respond to that, but also I just want to get your thoughts on the notion then of maybe a partial reopening. Let's say you leave the issue of Homeland Security behind and funding for that, but you get the rest of the government open. Some sort of a compromise like that. Can you see anything in there?
And that's the thing I think a lot of people are missing right now, Patrick, is that it's not a government shutdown. It is a partial government shutdown right now. And the only ones who aren't working are what are being deemed non-essential, right? Which, from a conservative standpoint, the question obviously arises, well, if they're non-essential, then why do we have them in the first place? But you know, it's not a matter of safety because they're considered essential employees. So you still have the TSA working, Homeland Security is still working. It's the non-essential ones. And so I think there's probably a possibility that you could open up some other parts of the government that right now are shut down and leave the Homeland Security question, which is, you know, that's the most important aspect that is, you know, partially shut down right now.
We can also watch Chuck and Annette debate what Governor Steve Sisolak is expected to say in his upcoming State of the State speech. That's on LasVegasNow.com. Look for the political news link under the News tab. Patrick?